And I want to begin with you, Dr. Ranganathan. You're in our studio today. You're obviously sitting within now arm's length. And you might have been able to discern, seeing at close quarters now, the facts that I've put out there for you and the viewer. To draw a line, a distinction between what the opposition claims to perhaps signal something to its vote bank and what the facts themselves seem to suggest.
Good evening, Rahul. No, I think you're absolutely right, and thank you for that primer as always. 3 or 4 points. Number one, I think we have to accept that it is a miracle that the Ram temple has come up. Judging by the way Hindus have been treated, not just ever since we got independence, but even before that. It truly is a miracle, and it in no small measure, I would not be prone to bombast if I say that the BJP would not be here but for the Ram Mandir, and the Ram Mandir would not be here but for the BJP. If only the opposition, including the Congress, including all those people who've been saying such vile statements, had realized that this is not a Hindu issue. This is for our civilization. This is to correct the historical injustices meted out to our ancestors, and ancestors of 1 billion Hindus, ancestors of 250 million Muslims, and 150 million others, Hindus, Sikhs, Christians, and other denominations. What is painful in all this is the fact that not only did our politicians not realize that this is a civilizational issue, our courts also didn't, and this is very painful, and this is just the beginning, I would like to believe, because Kashi and Mathura and possibly thousands of others need to be reclaimed legally, because this is, and I repeat, and I am saying it as a Darwinian atheist, and you know me, this is not a religious issue at all. This is for our ancestors who remained in our memories, that were passed on for 500 years. 20 generations were forced to see the mosque. 21st is going to see the temple. This is what all this is about. People may say that the Ram Lalla idols, they were dolls. People may say Pran Pratishtha is illegal. People may say that this is bigotry, this is political, BJP is running away with it. Nothing else matters. All that matters is that show me another party other than the BJP. Yes, Shiv Sena, yes, comes to mind. But why didn't the Congress involve itself? Why didn't the other so-called secular parties involve themselves? And let me end by just quoting verbatim. This is a quote, "My direct order to fire at the car sevaks on October 30th, 1990 was needed to save Babri Masjid and maintain the faith of Muslims in our country. Even if 30 people had died in the firing instead of 16, I would still have not withdrawn my decision," unquote. Padma Vibhushan Mulayam Singh Yadav.
Okay, so you're saying that the BJP exists because of Ram, and Ram exists because of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and therefore, because of this very intense interlinking, the opposition should withdraw from making perhaps grandiose or delusionary
Why
claims.
Didn't they get into this and include themselves in celebration?
Let's ask Sanjay Jha. He is continues to be a member of the Congress party. He was there during some very, very, very important times defending the work of the Congress party, especially during the UPA regime. Sanjay Jha, why couldn't the Congress have done this? Why couldn't certain other governments which were spearheaded by the Congress and supported by the communists have done this? This is a civilizational issue, it is not a religious issue.
Rahul, this is a very serious discussion, and I would like to make a couple of points succinctly. Those who follow politics are aware that the Congress party in its manifesto of 1991 had mentioned that we support the construction of the Ram temple, but there should be no damage or desecration of the Babri Masjid. While having this conversation and quotes about the attacks that happened on car sevaks who were killed. Extremely unfortunate and regrettable. I'm actually amazed at the astonishing silence on the destruction of the Babri Masjid that led to a communal bloodbath across the country. Over 2,000 people died, and we all know that that date became a defining marker of communal polarization in this country that the BJP led. Point number 2. January 22nd is the consecration of the Ram Temple. I'm a Hindu too. I'm a practicing Hindu. I'm not been invited for the January 22nd event. I wasn't expecting that, but I will go when it's convenient for me to go, probably at the earliest. Does anybody here have to prove their credentials of being, a believer in Bhagwan Ram or Hinduism by arriving on a particular date and time that the BJP chooses? And that's the point. That end of day, why are we not forgetting a very important technical point that Swami, I think it was Avi Mukteshwar Anand Saraswati made. He said that even the composition of the Babri Masjid Trust has been made by the Prime Minister, not necessarily including all the priests and the sadhus and the saints who had to be there. So there is an element of a quasi-political appointment. And here is the point. Who is the BJP and the RSS and the Sangh Parivar, Rahul, to issue certificates on whether somebody is, a loyal Hindu, a good Hindu or a bad Hindu? Who are they? Are they appointed as custodians or the rakhwalas or the thekedars of my great eclectic and very tolerant religion? They are not. They are hijacking it as a political project. One day after the Congress made its official statement, the BJP on social media put out posters of all the leaders calling them anti-Sanatan. And these are the same people to whom the Shankaracharya says, ki we are not going, all four are not going. And that tells you that it is not a religious event but a political event. I, as a Hindu, would look up to my Shankaracharya for what they believe my religion is doing right or maybe needs to do better. The Shankaracharya, Rahul, and I think you probably have read the interview transcripts, he have clearly said that there is an ullangan of the Shastras. There is a violation of the Shastras. So here you are seeing a situation where the BJP is being called as not following the principles, जो हम कहते हैं सनातन के जो सिद्धांत हैं, उसका उल्लंघन भारतीय जनता पार्टी और उनके नेताओं कर रहे हैं. And the last point, let me make this one point before we carry on. It is not just the four Shankaracharyas who are not coming.
Right.
Even a senior Mahant of the Nirmori Akhara has said that the Pran Pratishtha is not being done, या उनकी प्रक्रिया या जो प्रणाली या जो भी आप कहना चाहेंगे, it is not being done in the manner in which the Shastras prescribe it. It's a serious issue here. And I think the bottom line, Rahul, you know it, we are all seasoned people. Ajay is a seasoned guy, Vivek and Anand, all of us follow politics day in and day out. We all know, and Anand, I'm glad, conceded it publicly, that the BJP is here today because of the Ram Temple. Where he's wrong is in saying that the Ram Temple is because of the BJP. No, Anand, the Ram Temple is because the Supreme Court unanimously took a verdict saying that this disputed structure needs to be given to community X, and the mosque will come in a Y place. That's it. Let's not try and give credit just because the BJP had the Ram Mandir in the manifesto.
Okay, let me get Mr. Jha, let me get Doctor to respond to you, and then I want to open this up further. Yes.
First of all, tongue-in-cheek comments by my good friend Sanjay haven't gone amiss when he mentions that the Prime Minister made sure that the composition of the Babri Masjid Trust was to his liking. It's not the Babri Masjid Trust, it is the Ram Janambhoomi Sansthan Trust.
Yeah, fine, fair enough.
Yes. So
you get the message, right? You get the message of what I'm saying.
No, you were being deliberate there, but let's accept that. Number two, when I say that the BJP would not be here... I
strongly object to your trying to be clever by half.
Okay, anyhow.
Don't try and be clever by half.
Yeah, okay. Please, Sanjay, please. It is a fact, as I said...
members of the Ram Temple
Sanjay,
Trust.
please.
Okay, fair enough, sir, fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Don't forget that the trust was established because of an express order by the Supreme Court.
Yes.
And let me also tell you that a large number of people were elected to that body.
Yes.
So let's get our facts straight.
Yes,
Okay.
and
Nonetheless,
just final
that
point.
is the view of the Shankaracharya, not
Just
mine.
a final
no,
point.
no. You know, the Shankaracharya, Sanjay Jha, I also write, and I've written a large number of pieces, and I have, on this particular Shankaracharya's interjections, exposed where he's coming from. So please make yourself acquainted with the facts, and those facts are now widely accepted. Yes.
Yeah, so when I said that the Ram temple would not be here, I meant the modern Ram temple, but for the BJP, it has taken a phenomenally active role in getting it done. And I'm not talking about a Supreme Court judgment here, but I take you back to the 1951 consecration of Somnath. The whole thing was managed by a cabinet minister from the Congress, right? The president went there for the inauguration. When I say that the modern Ram temple, the BJP has worked actively to get it up and running, a choice of phrase that may be wrong. The fact of the matter is that all other parties could have also insisted that they also should be an equal party. I mean, what was stopping the Congress from distributing invitation cards? I don't understand that. What was stopping the Congress party from saying we want to be an equal contributor in not only the functioning of the trust, we want to have an equal say and measure in the construction of the Ram temple. They haven't done it. They did it for Somnath.
Put the onus on the BJP to say no?
Yes. They would have cornered the BJP, in fact. The BJP would have been forced to concede.
So Dr. Ranganathan, look, there was another allusion made by Sanjay Jha to suggest that we are apologists for a demolition. I think we are not. In
Absolutely
my book,
not.
viewers, and please go and read that book.
Yes.
Modi and India, 2024, and the battle for Bharat, that this was an egregious assault on constitutionalism, the demolition. So it's very clearly stated. In my last article also, I have clearly stated this. But